Hello, everyone. This is Noah and John. We are from UrbanDigs, and it is Friday. So you're going to get your Manhattan weekly market report. John, let's get right to it. I'm looking at supply. Looks like we're capping out, turning the corner at 9554. Show me the chart.
Well, this is very interesting, Noah. This is, as you know, active supply is a pipeline number, so stuff keeps getting put in there. And we've been adding and adding and adding to this number since the reopen, even mid-pandemic. This is the first time. It's a slight decline, but it's just a decline of 45 units or so. So it's a flat number in terms of percentage, but it's actually coming down, which is interesting to see.
That must mean that the stuff going into it is starting to decline a little bit. We'll get to that in a little bit. Let's move on to demand, pending sales. It's rising and rising. 2263, John, show me the chart.
Yeah, there you go. That is a nearly 7% increase from the week before. So supply is going in the right direction. Pending sales going in the right direction. So if you're a seller, this has got to be good news.
If you are a buyer, this is not good news. Okay, well, I mean, it's good news in the sense that you're still in a very good market. You know, these things don't change on a dime. I'll be very clear about this. This is more like a Titanic kind of shifting, but these are the signs that you see in real time that will indicate that leverage is starting to shift from the peak of one end and maybe get a little bit towards the other side, towards the middle. And when I say one end, I'm talking about the buy side. So
I think you're exactly right. I get the sense that any seller who's out there already is pretty much on the market, and buyers are starting to come back. So we're starting to get that shift in dynamic, which is great.
That's right. And we'll talk about it as we get on to the end of this show. Let's move on, John. I want to remind everyone, when I look at price per square foot and median sale price, it is October 30th. Happy Halloween to everyone. That means in a couple of days, we're going to get the next month's numbers, right? We show you the real month's numbers as they come in now. We don't wait. No wait here right now. We show it to you, all right? It's estimated, but we show it to you. Keep in mind what we always said, John. There is not a lot of data coming in from Acris. We'll show you why, which means these numbers are going to be volatile, low volume, choppy, up and down. If you're looking for a clear price action, you're not going to get it from these charts. Use caution. I just want to remind everyone.
Yeah.
Okay. Moving on to my dashboard, John, let's take a look at 1 week active. Where do we come in? Ding, ding, ding. 331. That is down. John, show me the chart.
Yeah, it's down almost 7%. I mean, so this is kind of what we were talking about just earlier. So on a weekly level, the number of sales is starting to ratchet back a little bit, which is in line with how most active seasons go, right? It's not gangbusters until the very end. It sort of tapers off, and we're in that taper part.
Yeah, I mean, usually we have it going till Thanksgiving, but it seems like we're slowing down earlier. So let's see what happens. I mean, is this it for the rest of the year? Is it going to just go down, 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 down until January? Time will tell. So let's move on to contract signed, our measure of demand. 1 week. Where do we come in? Ooh, hot diggity dog, damn, Johnny, look at us at 236. Show me that chart.
It's really nice to see one with a 2 in front of it. I'll be honest. So that's it's like 23% more than the prior week. So that's good. This is great. So maybe buyers are having their own, taper tantrum here. They're running out trying to grab deals while they can.
I love to see it. I love to see it. I love to see the pendulum swing a little bit. If you're out there in the field, you're probably feeling it, right? We're getting to that point where you're feeling it. I love seeing this, John. If we could just sustain this number a couple of more months, you're going to see a big change in there. And again, if you're a buyer, these are the things you don't want to see when you want to get the bottom, right? You know what I'm saying? Now it's starting to shift a little bit. You got to act. So keep an eye on it. You might see some listings you're following and go to contract.
Yeah, you're exactly right, Noah. And I think one of the interesting points is that if you are a buyer, this should give you some comfort. I mean, listen, this is just one data point, but it's a lot easier to sort of, make that leap of faith when you have a little bit of track record that things are improving market-wise behind you.
And that's right. And this is not price action. This is deal volume.
Yeah.
We're looking at activity here. We're not looking at price volume. We're not going to get that action until that closes and then Acris files that we see it. So, we're not saying prices are popping up, but we're saying that activity is coming back into this market. That's what we are saying.
That's what we're saying.
John, I just want to show you something, right? Okay, I'm going to do a closed search, all right? And I'm going to go to October. I want to go to October and just look at October sales so far. I know it's early. I know it's not complete, but I want to give you an early indication. Oops, I'm sorry, I did that incorrectly right over here of October sales. And when I do that, I get about 215 of those sales, okay?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to load all of those sales, and I'm going to do a quick CMA report on this. And this is what I want to show you, okay? Look at the median price, $925. Look at the median price per square foot, 1214.
Yep.
Okay. 925 median sale price, 1214 price per square foot. So if you go back to where we were beforehand, median sale price right over here was 1,077,500. Price per square foot was 1294. So you're going to see this. And this is what we were talking about. You're going to see new numbers come in and it's going to show a big drop down. This is going to happen. And this is going to happen for the next 4, 5, 6 months. I wanted to give a warning out there. And as the numbers coming, more files come in, that number will change as well, John.
Yeah, I love it. Looking around the corners. It's an amazing thing.
That's right. Keeping it ahead of the curve. That's what we do here. All right. Let's get to the new stuff, Johnny. First, I am going to break down. John, I'm looking at something really, really cool here, right? We just talked about how this market's coming back. Let's show it, right? This chart shows it. Let's say for the last 12 months, we took all the contracts signed each month, and then we break it down by the price point to show you how many deals were signed in each price point. What would that chart look like? This is that chart, John. And if there's any chart that shows you what we went through, and this is, of course, is shut down COVID right over here. This is reopen COVID. And we have just seen this market gradually recover. And as you mentioned, we are hitting the highest points so far in this recovery.
Yeah. No, it's interesting. You know, the blue on the bottom, looks like that's the under $1 million segment. And if you look at that number, was it say 389 there? That's the most amount of deals in that segment for all of 2020, which that's great. I mean, look, we're right back at the levels we were last year. Now, last fall wasn't off the charts, but at least we're getting back to some level of normalcy.
Yeah, I mean, listen, last year was considered the bottom, like the bottom of our down cycle before COVID hit, right? Granted, but so we're comparing to a weak period, but still, I mean, we're at the highest point. When you look at this, we're back to those year-over-year levels, which is a sense of normalcy. And again, if we could sustain, 235, 250 contracts signed a month for a couple of months, I'm just saying, if you're a buyer out there and you're a seller out there, you are going to start to notice a difference because it's all relative. And we have just come out of a global viral pandemic, and look at it. Look at this chart. I mean, you see it.
Is that what was going on? Was that why everyone's wearing masks outside? I tell you,
that's what's going on. So I mean, go ahead.
I was going to say, what I like to see is, you look at the yellow, and the green. I like to see those widths increasing. That's a real those are the really expensive apartments. And that's a vote of confidence in New York City to see those levels increasing.
I love it. And again, this was shut down. So if you're a buyer today, think about what it took. Think about the people and what it took to get a deal done during those times. There are buyers out there today that expect the world. They expect to get the same deal that someone bid back in March, April, or May. We've shown time and time and time again through the data, through the closed data, that is not the case. That's not what's going on. And this is showing you the recovery. So again, if I'm a buyer out there and I'm serious and you're still getting that discount, no one's saying you're not, but this is something to keep an eye on.
Good stuff. What else you got for us, man?
That's all I got. Well, I got actually one more thing, John. I got one more thing. I wouldn't leave you hanging, okay?
I knew it.
I want to show you Acris closings and filings. Again, I would explain to everyone the fact that there's nothing coming in, and I'm showing it to you over and over again, just to let you guys know, because it affects two things, John. It affects price action. Those are my price per square foot, median sale price charts, right? And it affects my comps, right? And that's the worst part of it, is the comps, is because you're out there and you're trying to price something. You usually got 10 things. Of the 10 things, 1 or 2 are good. Now you got 4 things. Maybe there's one that's okay. That's the problem. And this is what I'm trying to show you here. So now this blue line, this blue bar, right, is showing you how many files came in last year, so that you have a frame of reference. This red bar is showing you this year. And look at this, John. Look at September, 405 right over here. That's like 40% capacity. Not saying capacity compared to last year. When I look at August, that's like 50%, just under 50%. So October, this last reading, was the first time that we're actually seeing a pump up in Acris sales. So any broker that's saying to themselves, man, where's the data? And I've been saying it over and over, week, you're not going to get the data. This is what you want to see. You want to see this rise. You want to see this red bar coming up this level. And you want to see this red bar coming in high level. That's when you're going to see that. The pending sales is what's the problem, John. The pending sales fueling this pipeline is still restricted. And that is the problem, keeping that from rising, but we'll keep an eye on it.
Yep, you're exactly right. And I think if you went back to our chart room, there are a number of statistics which we're actually recommending you just kind of don't keep an eye on for right now. So like price per square foot, days on market, median sale price, anything sales basis is problematic at this point. And
Everything
exactly
except
the reason
listing
why.
discount. Listing discount is the only one that will be stable, even with volume. It's still showing you how much negotiability there was, and that's important. But yeah, price per square foot, median sale price should be looked at with a grain of salt, considering the volatility. You absorb it for yourself as a professional, so you know what's going on, but you tell your clients that this is going to be a number that is going to be hard to track. I'll show it to you, but it's going to be all over the map because there's no data there, John.
Yeah. And as the data comes in, it's going to be coming in later. It's going to be coming November, December, and it's going to push these numbers around a little bit. So you're going to see some volatility numbers just naturally from that. So good point.
That's right. That's right. We keep saying it over and over again. It'll hammer home. All right. But that's what's going on. I hope everyone digested all this. That is John Walkup. I am Noah Rosenblatt. We are from UrbanDigs. This is your weekly Manhattan market update, and we'll catch you next time.